Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. And as always, we're going to wait about 3 minutes or so before I introduce myself to the new people and give everybody time to get in here. And what I'm going to do is, like always, going to take that link and post it in the community, and hopefully people will get it faster. Live. Refresh. What's going on, Aaron? Yeah, you are quick, man. You must get those alerts ASAP. You need to teach people how to get live alerts they want ASAP, because you seem to get yours quickly. All right, get shareable link. Man, this thing is slow when this when I have my video running, man. My Mac starts slowing down. There we go. All right. Yeah, you could probably make some money. Shit, I don't know how you're doing it, man. Because I don't know how many times people always say, "Oh man, I never got your alert, man. I don't." And I try to do as much as I can to, use YouTube's platform to get the message out there. But like I said, it's YouTube's. YouTube owns the platform, so I just follow the rules. Follow the rules. Hello, everyone. Man, what is this? Almost 11:30 here on the East Coast. So that means it's really early for those of you on the West Coast. Yeah, probably getting some of you guys getting ready for church, maybe. I don't know. Let's see here. Usually it'd be a lot of people in here by now, but hey, I don't know. Things change. The algorithms change. I don't know. I've been finding that lately. I'm like, damn, those live numbers have changed dramatically. Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of slaves. There's unconscious slaves and conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves don't trust math, and they don't know they don't trust math. Conscious slaves were once unconscious. What's up, Nicer? Once unconscious. They came across the SMD Savings Minus Debt channel on YouTube. And now they believe the calculator. Okay. They understand that if my finances are in the negative, my net worth means I'm negative. That means I have no money. So they were shocked. They woke up. Now, this was me. Now, I lived in the debt matrix until about age 40, 41, 41, 40 is when I started waking up. Things just started changing. I don't know. That part I can't really explain, but I just knew something wasn't right, because I was college educated with a good, awesome credit score, six-figure earner, high valued person. They say high valued person is in the debt matrix, when in reality, I was just double that in debt, right? It's like, I know this is a little bit off, but it's like, they push you to be college educated, right? But what people with college educations don't know, if you still owe student loans, you're just a college educated slave. That's it. You just earn more than the other slaves because you got deeper in debt for the piece of paper that you don't even own, that you probably got a nice frame for it, and you don't even own the diploma inside. So if you don't own the diploma inside, that means you're just a walking billboard for that college that you went to. So when people walk in, they're like, "Oh, wow, you went to Louisiana, blockety, blah, blah, blah." And if you don't own it, you're just advertising for whatever college you went to. Nothing more. It means nothing. The frame is probably worth more than the piece of paper inside. All right. Now, I'm saying this because that was me. Yes, thank you. Put that SMD in the description, pound SMD. Now, I'm saying this because that was me. until I woke up, realized I was in debt, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, take the math that you learned in grade school, apply it to your finances, and you'll win with money. That's what I did. And I was like, whoa, it's just about mathematics. Yeah, no, it's simpler than that. It's just about arithmetic. That's it. Just simple arithmetic. That's it. So what I took the knowledge that I gained from Dave Ramsey and I stripped out religion, because religion has nothing to do with mathematics, nothing. And even the part where Dave Ramsey says, when you get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% until retirement, right? But according to the laws of mathematics, that's impossible. You're in the negative. If you're in the negative, you can't save 15% of anything, let alone for retirement if you have a mortgage. That the laws of mathematics say it's impossible to save for retirement if you have a mortgage. That's impossible. But yet, he's probably doing it for business. You got to give somebody, I think it's more done for hope, because people look at a mortgage and it's so big, it blows their mind to ever believing that they can pay it off, right? So they give them hope by saying, hey, start saving for retirement. You never put away 15%, but what they don't know is that when you're in the negative, you won't have 15% to save according to the laws of mathematics. So I strip all that out and bring it here to you raw. So when you guys understand, when you strip all that out, this becomes a gift. This is a gift. I have found my gift. I know something that millions of people don't know. Millions. So once I didn't realize I was an unconscious slave until I freed myself. And I didn't know, even as I was getting out of debt, I still didn't know I was a slave until I got to zero. Then I said, wait a minute, you mean I've been in debt that whole time? That meant I was a slave. Yep, unconscious slave. Once I became conscious that I was in debt, that's when I'm paying off my debt. That's what a conscious slave is. And when you're in the process of paying off your debt, you're a conscious slave. But what people don't understand is that conscious slaves are proud to call themselves conscious slaves. They're proud of it. They're proud to call it, because becoming conscious is huge. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean by becoming conscious? Conscious of the calculator. All you got to do is believe the calculator and you'll be free. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's how you get out the debt matrix. Believe the calculator app on your phone. That's it. That's all you have to do. So that's what I did. Now I'm free. So now I created the SMD. I'm the founder of SMD. I am not SMD, because SMD is a family. It's not just me. When you become part of the SMD family, everybody represents everybody else. So if we come across a so-called SMD family member that is going out doing non-SMD family member things, we automatically know that they sold out, or whatever you want to call it. It's business. Don't get me wrong. Don't let me confuse business with personal feelings. Okay. It doesn't matter. You just know whatever they're doing it for money, because whatever they're doing is not the truth. That's all. And if they're doing it, it's not illegal to say financial things that are not mathematically true. That is not illegal. Now, I recently came up with this term, FCD, financial cognitive dissonance. What does that mean? That means believing financial information that is not mathematically true. All right. So that means you have financial cognitive dissonance. If you believe you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, all you got to do is open up your calculator app and put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. Now, when you see the large negative sign in your calculator and you still believe you're a homeowner, you have FCD, because you don't believe what the calculator's telling you. See how that works? I'm gonna give you one more example so you guys can understand FCD is real. All right. I always like to give these examples so you guys can understand no currency exists for slaves, especially cryptocurrency. Okay. I want you to hold a $20 bill in your hand. Okay. And then I want you to open up the calculator app on your phone. Okay, this is going to determine if you have FCD. All right. Hold $20 in your hand, Open up the calculator app on your phone, and then this is what I want you to enter into the calculator app with your own fingers. I want you to put in $20 minus your monthly car payment and hit equal. Now, at this point right here, this is what's going to determine if you have FCD, okay? If you believe you still have $20 in your hand, you have FCD. If you believe what the calculator is saying, you don't. That's what FCD means. You believe financial information that is clearly not mathematically true. That's called FCD. That's a term that I just made up. I made it up over the weekend. You can't Google it and say, what's the definition for financial cognitive dissonance? It doesn't exist. I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. But I'm proving to you right now that it's real. It's true. Now, you probably still don't understand. Look up the definition of cognitive dissonance. Go look that up. And then I just want you to put financial in front of it. That's it. It's pretty much the same, but enter the words into the definition of it, enter the words financial in the places they need to be in the definition of cognitive dissonance. It's the same thing, but just with money. That's all. It's another way of saying slave-splaining. Now, slave-splaining means when you hear slave explaining spreading financial information that's not mathematically true, but they don't know it's not mathematically true. That's called slave-splaining. But I was thinking like this: if a slave doesn't know they're a slave, they're going to hear slave-splaining and thinking doesn't apply to them because they don't think they're slaves. See, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about the psychology of a slave. If they don't know they're a slave and you talk about slave-splaining, they're going to be like, "What? That has nothing to do with me. I have a nice house, car, job. I go on vacations every year. Do slaves own these houses? Do slaves drive cars like this? Do this is what they'll say. Do slaves live in houses like this? Do slave drives cars like this? Do slaves go on vacations like this every year? Yes, they do. I would turn to them and say, yes, they do every day. You don't think slaves drive nice cars? The car industry wouldn't exist without you guys. What do you mean? Of course they do. You think the vacation industry could exist without you guys? You guys want to escape. You guys want to escape your lives, and you'll finance it. You'll finance it. You'll finance trying to escape the life you hate. Because you know what you'll say to yourself? It's worth it. It's worth it. But what you guys don't know, that's what's keeping you there. That's what's keeping you in jobs you hate. You. Why? Because you have FCD. I'm telling you the answer. What I have is a gift. I know something that millions of people do not know. It's not a secret. And please don't let me make it sound like this gift is a big secret. Ooh, nobody know. No, it's so secret. It's obvious. This is what makes it a secret, that it's so obvious. That's what makes it a secret. Do you guys know how powerful the mathematical truth is? It's unbelievable. I can see through financial phonies like X-ray vision. A lot of these financial channels, man, they be mathematically lying to you. They're mathematically not telling you the truth, but that's not illegal. Okay. I want you guys to clearly, that's okay for business and it's not illegal. It's your problem. If you don't trust mathematics, that's your problem. If you're making car payments, guess what? You live in the debt matrix. That's where you live. You know what true wealth is? Owning yourself. True wealth is owning yourself. That's what true wealth is. Owning the time in your life. If you've been in debt all your life and you believe debt is just part of life, or you truly believe that you'll never be able to pay off your student loans, you will never ever know what I'm talking about, ever. You can't. Because if you've given up on ever paying off your student loan debt, that automatically equals that you can never, ever own yourself, ever. You can never own yourself, ever. People that own themselves, they do what they love. I'm not saying people that own themselves don't work. I'm saying they only work at places they enjoy, because they don't have to worry about the money being earned. They don't have to sacrifice their dignity working at a place because they're in debt, working for a boss, working for a job that treats you like shit. If you're at a job that treats you like shit, they treat you like shit because they're paying you so you could be treated like shit. Would you stay there if they wasn't paying you and would you stay there if they were not paying you and treating you like shit? No. But you will stay there because they're paying you and treating like shit. It's okay to treat you like shit if they're paying you. You see what I'm saying? Degrade yourself for money? Only slaves do that. Only unconscious slaves do that. I want you guys to be very clear on this. When you go to these, let me give you an example so you guys can understand what to do. I'm going to give you guys a piece of ammunition so you can see the world of SMD when we look at other financial channels on YouTube. This is all you got to do. Okay? This is what you do. You log into your Credit Karma or whatever credit report online, blah, blah, blah you have. It doesn't matter. Just one of them. Pick one. When you log in, there's usually a big, gigantic number that is going to pop in your face. I want you to put a negative in front of that number. Write it down on a piece of paper and put a negative in front of it. That's how much money you have to work. That's how much money you have to invest in anything those other financial YouTube channels are telling you about. That's how much money you have to invest. So if they're telling you to invest in cryptocurrency, I want you to look at that number on that piece of paper and say, whatever they're talking about, this is how much money I have to invest in Bitcoin, 401ks, Forex, you name them. There's a million MLMs, this and that. They have a million of them out there. That's how much money you have to invest. Now here is what I call the glitch in the debt matrix. This is the glitch. You're going to look at this large negative number. You're just going to stare at it. You'll be like, wow, man, I've never seen that before. I've never even bothered to look. I know there's millions of you guys. You guys don't all look. You just pretend it's not there. That's part of the program, pretending your debt doesn't exist. That's a program you're running. You're going to look at this large negative number. You're going to say to yourself, how have I been investing in my 401k the 3% to get match and to get the match that they're giving them, blah, blah, blah. You're not. According to that number in your hand, you don't have any money to put into retirement to get a 3% or 6% match. You're not getting anything because it doesn't exist. Man, I just invested like $2,000 in cryptocurrency, but according to this number, I didn't have $2,000. You sure didn't? Then how did I do it? You didn't. All you need to know, whatever you invested in cryptocurrency, the money wasn't yours. That's all you need to know, because it couldn't. That's impossible according to the piece of paper in your hand. Well, I just went on vacation last week or last month. I know you did. I know you think you did. But what you don't know is how much that vacation is really costing you. You don't know that because you had to charge it, because according to the piece of paper, you had no money to go on vacation. You had no money, but yet you did. Now, how you did, all you need to know is that you didn't pay for it. No, not, excuse me, that's wrong. Not that you didn't pay for it. All you need to know is it wasn't your money used to pay for it, but it will be. It will be, though. You better believe that. You're going to be paying triple of what you paid on vacation. That week's worth vacation you went on, you're going to be paying on it for 2 years. You're going to be paying 2 years on a 1 week vacation. Does that make any sense? That makes apps. That's called FCD. Believing that you can go on vacation when you have no money. Believing things that are not mathematically true. You have FCD. Financial cognitive dissonance. Now, if you're part of the group, I do a lot of, I place a lot of my thoughts inside of the community. And that's more just for people, just things that help people think. I throw out things that just make, I never thought about it that way. Like I just posted one recently today. I said, a paid off house, there's nothing better out there than a paid off house because it has guaranteed, a paid off house has guaranteed high monthly returns, high. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean monthly high returns? Because you're guaranteed to never have rent and or mortgage again for the rest of your entire life. While slaves, millions of slaves, believe that rent and or mortgage is just part of life, you will know it's not. And you will know every single month while millions of people are paying every month, you won't be. So imagine this, whatever you're paying in rent or mortgage right now, just put that into your savings account. Just put that in. Imagine that going, instead of going to the bank or your landlord, imagine it going into a savings account or whatever you feel like putting it in. Okay. Whatever. But just imagine how fast would your money stack? Just all you got to do. How much in return, if I paid this house off right now, how much in return would I get? Just take your monthly mortgage times 12. That's your return for the year. And if you want to get better than that, you might as well go ahead and add the interest in that the bank was earning that you won't be paying. This is all called phantom income. Take your monthly mortgage times 12. It's probably, if it's added in, it's probably already added into your monthly mortgage anyway. But anyway, and times that by 12, that's your annual return by paying off your house. That right there is something that millions of people don't know. They can't. Unconscious slaves don't know that exists. Unconscious slaves are happy to write the interest off. Listen to this closely too. Unconscious slaves are happy to write the interest off on a house that they don't own against a mortgage that they didn't have to have, and they're happy to write off tax on stuff they don't even have to have. They're happy to write off the interest on their taxes, which makes absolutely no mathematical sense ever. They have FCD. Kwame Brown, the hot topic right now, been called a bust by clueless people. I listened to one of his recent lives and he talks like a debt-free man. Credit reports will tell you if the real bust, if you're the real bust or not. It sure will. Credit reports. And let me tell you guys something, okay? So you guys understand that may be new to this channel. I'm going to tell you something. If you want to find out if somebody's financially full of bullshit, all you have to do is say, hey, I want to see your personal credit report. Why do you guys think businesses, when you go fill out a credit app, why do you think they want to see your credit report? Why do you think that is? Because your credit report tells them about you. They're just not looking at your credit score. You think they're looking at your credit score. Your credit report will tell them how you are with money. If you're a scammer, if you pull scams, you're a thief, or you got the restitute, it tells your whole entire life on that freaking credit report. I got to check out this Kwame Brown. I've been seeing his name pop up a lot, but I don't know who he is. And you know me, I don't really follow trends on this and that. But I'm starting to hear people say that he's awake. And I'm gonna go over there and check him out, because if he is, I'll know right away, right? It might be somebody I might enjoy partnering up with, you know? And you're right, Carlo, the term job security should scare you. Jobs. I remember when I was in the debt matrix and had a regular job, right? I remember I used to always hear people say, you know what job means, right? It's just over broke. Now, you kind of hear that, but you're like, if you're making, like, I'm making six figures. I'm making six figures at the time there's people saying that, right? A job is just over broke. But if I'm making six figures, I'm not really paying attention to a person that says that. You're like, oh, he's not. I automatically assume that he's not talking to me. I automatically assume that he's talking to somebody with a low paying job or whatever, when that shit has nothing to do with anything. I don't want this is those people out there that feel bad because they're not college educated, or people make you feel bad because you're not college. That is bullshit. Anybody that tries to make you feel bad about not being college educated, I want you to turn to them and say, are you still paying on your student loans? If they say yes, ignore whatever else that comes out of their mouth financially. Don't listen to a word they're saying, because nothing they're saying, everything they're saying after they tell you that they're still paying on their student loans, that automatically should tell you that everything else in their life is financed. So if you see a car, they're making car payments. If you see a house, they're making mortgage payments. If you see them going on trips, they're putting it on credit cards. Okay. Why? Because that's impossible. You cannot buy. The only way to buy anything is with cash. That's the only way. If you have student loans, that means if your student loans is your oldest, if your student loans are your oldest debts out of your whole financial portfolio, you are a college educated slave. That's all, nothing more than that. So people that are not college educated, or whatever you think, because TV and people will make it sound like if you ain't college educated, you're just done. You're just a dumb fuck. That is not true. Don't believe the hype. They just want you to be in debt just like them. When you see that JOB job just over broke, now I get what it is. You know, people always complain, oh man, it's not keeping up with the times. Inflation, job wage is not keeping up. They're not designed for you guys to keep it up with. To keep up with the inflation or do better financially in life. That's up to you. If you work for a company, you are there for them. You are there to work, period. And they're going to give you just enough so you can eat, drive, buy some gas, whatever you need to do. But whatever the money they give to you, that's up to you what you're going to do with it. And if you decide, what you guys don't understand is when you finance shit, you know what you're doing? You're promising your future earnings money that you haven't even earned yet. You're promising it to the bank. So if you finance a car for 84 months, which is 7 years, for your next 7 years of paychecks, whatever that is, part of your paycheck, it belongs to the bank. Nice says, Hyphy speaks his mind like only a free man can. No sponsors or entity telling him what to. Okay, I got to check him out. Kwame Brown. And if you guys are regular over there, I appreciate that. If you shout out my name to him, shout out SMD to him or something, LJ or something like that. Because once he hears me, if he's awake like the way you guys are describing, he will know I am too. And if we can blend our minds together, because it sounds like he don't care about what people think. And you know me, I don't care what slaves think. If I find out if their opinions of slaves talking to me, I don't care what they think. Slaves are just slaves. Slaves say anything. Slaves don't even own themselves. I would never listen to a person that doesn't own themselves. You don't even own you. Like, think about it. This is how I think. Okay, so you guys can really get it. If you're in debt, that means you don't own yourself. And if you don't own yourself, that means something or some things, other things own you. But I'm gonna care about the opinion of somebody that didn't even bother to own themselves. I wouldn't care. I don't care if they call me ugly. LJ, you ain't rich. You drive an old car. You ain't shit. You probably this and that. And I don't care. You got student loan debt? Yeah, I don't care what you think. You is your phone financed? Yeah, shut up. You're making car payments? I wish you just shut the fuck up. You're making car payments. Shut up. You know how quickly math shuts down people? Just shuts them down. Just shut up. Just be quiet. Have you noticed that when I get on collabs with Ramil? Now you go to Ramil's channel, his shit is packed. Every time he opens up the panel, 9 people right up there. Boom. I get on the channel, you can hear a mouse piss on cotton. You know why that is? The truth. Oh wow, he's like that, huh? Okay. So tell me this, you guys. What makes what's his name? Kevin Brown? Kwame Brown. What makes him? Why are people following him? What's the purpose of people following him? Why do they do that? Or why do they care what he thinks or says or whatever? Why is that? What's up, Cosmic? What's up, E-Man? Hyphy, the great 23-ish, L. Marshall. At work, I told my colleague they hired us to make them rich, not ourselves. He stood there, said nothing. A glitch in the yeah, exactly. And you know what's so crazy, Carlo? I'm glad you caught the pause, because you got to remember, unconscious. When you say things like that, unconscious slaves don't really understand. That's why they're pausing. Like if you say, "Hey, you're not really a homeowner if you have a mortgage," they're going to pause. They're going to be like, "Well, what do you mean?" You know, they're going to be like, "What?" Yeah, you can't say. You can't buy a house with a mortgage. You don't own the home if you need a mortgage, right? You're getting a mortgage because you don't have the money to buy the home. That's why you're getting a mortgage. They'll glitch. They'll be like, wait a minute. Everybody else around me's doing it. I know, because everybody else around you are unconscious slaves just like you. They all believe that they're homeowners with 30-year mortgages, now 40-year mortgages. Unconscious slaves for the next century will believe that 40-year mortgages are normal. They believe that's normal. You know why they're going 40-year mortgages? In my opinion, you know why they're going 40? Because it'll spread the payments out more. It'll make the monthly payment lower, because people will be making lower wages from now on, because the only thing going to be left is delivery jobs. How much you think they're going to be paying people to deliver goods when there's going to be millions of people waiting for jobs? They're going to be able to replace you like hotcakes. You get sick, you're going to be replaced. Deliveries cannot be held up because somebody's sick. Can you imagine? Hey, man, I know we promised that delivery in 2 days, but so-and-so got sick. He's not going to be back in until next Tuesday. So you're not going to get your package for a cut. No, that's unacceptable. Cosmic says people love to watch Kwame because he calls other celebrities out. He's retired from the NBA. Okay. All right. Yeah. I've never known who, I don't follow sports. So I don't really know who's who or whatever. Right. But yeah, it sounds like, man, if you guys are over there, I appreciate you guys shouting out the SMD channel and see if he pays attention. I would love to sound like somebody I would like to partner up with. I love to partner up with other awake people, because I don't really care if unconscious slaves believe awake is something or whatever. It doesn't matter what they think. What's up, Jewel? Now, if you're new to the channel and you have a question of me or maybe the debt matrix, or you think I'm full of crap, I don't know. Here's a link. Now, if you want to come up and ask me a question, because this is the only time you're going to be able to ask me a question for free, right? I have consultations right there, SavingsMinusDebt.com. You can Maybe you just want to ask me a question, or maybe you want me to give you your personal finance blueprint. You can just, anytime you want me to do that, just let me know. He's calling out all the BS in the matrix. Oh man, that sounds like right up my alley. Does he do it with math though? See, I can do it with math. See, because if you can't, this is what I'm learning too, right? If you can't do something with proving something without a doubt, slaves will throw in their opinions, right? But math, slaves don't know this, but they can't throw in their opinions when it comes to mathematics. It doesn't matter how they feel about 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, this is one of the programs that slaves always run, but they don't know that they're running it. They're like, well, yeah, I know I'm in debt, but if I got $5,000 cash and I invested in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin shot through the roof at 100,000, then I pull out all my money and then take that money and then pay off my student loans with it. They always do that. They always say that. They all say that, right? But this is what I turn to them and say: 5,000 minus your student loan debt and hit equal. You didn't even have the money to invest in the first place. You can't make money. You can't compound money or interest, whatever you think, whatever those terms are out there. If your finances are in the negative, that's impossible. And then they just glitch out right there. They say, yeah, but there is no but. So what do you mean but? 1 + 1 = 2, but. I mean, this is what it sounds like when they say but. It's like when I hear somebody say 1 + 1, 1 + 1 = 2, but what do you mean but? What are you talking about? Kwame lives life and speaks like an average man. He speaks out on the fakeness around society. That's true, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I totally get why he's doing that, because there is financial fakeness. I mean, I look at the financial fakeness, right? Like that one channel that I've been shouting out to you guys. What is that? Some of you guys remind me of, what was that channel? Let me go look, because I forgot. Is it One Big Happy Life, or what is that shit called? What's that channel called? Sorry, you guys, 1 second here. Where is it? Damn, I be typing away. Sometimes I need to slow down. I don't know, this stuff be coming out my brain so fast, man. I be wanting to share with you guys. One Big Happy Life. Yeah, One Big Happy Life. That's the channel, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand something when I shout out channels like that, One Big Happy Life. I want you guys to go over there with S&D eyes. And I want you guys to remember what FCD is. Because nothing they say over there makes any mathematical sense. None. It makes no sense. You go over there, just like I told you before, this is what you do. You log into your credit report, whatever that is online, take that negative number, write down on a piece of paper and put a negative in front of it. And then go over to the channel. And then you do whatever that channel's telling you to do to invest in. That money that you have on that piece, that's the money you have to invest in anything that they're talking about. If they're saying put some money here into an index fund and in a house and blah, 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 you say to yourself, well, I can't do any of that with a negative number. Exactly. You can't do none of that. According to the laws of mathematics, you cannot invest in anything when you're in debt. That's impossible. Kwame brings the smoke to get people's attention. He also sneaks in gems. The live I caught, he was encouraging people to learn about opportunity zones and get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can tell right now, though, but with Kwame Brown, the piece that he's missing right there is like unconscious slaves can't really hear you, right? When you say stuff like that, I understand why he's saying it, because it's going to help those people better themselves, but they're slaves. They don't know that's what that means. And then if you get if you don't realize, if you start getting frustrated at telling something to someone that could help them better their lives and they're getting upset, it's because they don't know. Knowing that's like, for me, that's why unconscious slaves really don't bother me. They don't bother me because I know what's coming out of their mouth. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're saying doesn't make any mathematical sense. That's why I don't get upset. Now that I actually got my own money, I can't believe how much stuff you can find. I know, right? They do it to you right at the cash register. They sure do, Dennis. You're right. Right? Hey, would you like 10% off if you apply for a credit card? Nope, I sure don't. Because sometimes, they'll at the register, they'll say, hey, would you like to apply for this? And then you say no. This is what they do. This is crazy. This is what's crazy. You come up to the register, they ask you to apply for a credit card to get 10% off. Come get deeper in debt, and then we'll take 10% off of you going deeper in debt. This makes absolutely no sense. And then when you run your card, you go to put your card into the machine. The first question they ask you is, you want to donate to some unknown entity? Fuck no, man. I just want to pay for my shit and get out of here. They be trying. First they lead. Listen. First they make railways like cows. When you go to Walmart, right? You go to checkout, they lead you through this maze of fucking junk food like cows. And guess what? Just when you go through one of those lines, just pay attention to everybody's head. Everybody's head is just looking at everything through the aisle. That's exactly what they want you to do before you actually check out. And then when you go to the register, which is now we're checking out ourselves, they got all this candy and bullshit around the register. Do you guys get it? Your unconscious slaves are cattle. They got problems on that channel, huh? Yeah, I don't really be getting into the drama shit because I don't like anything disturbing my peace. I don't allow that. I mean, if I could talk to them and get on a financial thing, oh, hell yeah, I'll be all over that. But all the other gossip shit, I don't really get into that kind of stuff because that leads to nothing, I'd be embarrassed to finance something because basically just admitting you have no money now and you're definitely not going to have it in the future. You're right. Because you fill out that credit card, you're about to promise your future earnings to whatever entity that's getting you to sign up for a department store credit card. Like department store credit cards makes absolutely no sense. None, zero, except for them. I remember when I was in debt, I used to think to myself, if I just have a Visa or a MasterCard, why would I need a department store card? You don't. I didn't even need the credit card I had. Lee Scott says, One Big Happy Life, the creator had a video trying to explain that personal debt has no impact on financial wealth and freedom. I know. Now, this is when I see something like that and I see those videos, this is what I say to myself. It's really bad. Because you got to remember, if you go over there, they got the stage set up. It's just like, it's no different than a TV show. You see the stage that's so perfectly set in the background, clear, crystal clear video. It's all for you to believe. First she comes out, hey, hi, I'm a lawyer. Being a lawyer has nothing to do with finances, so I don't know why you're telling me that. It's for slaves to believe her more. And then they got to look like they got the perfect family. I mean, I get it. It's business. Please don't take me the way I'm saying it. Don't take it like I'm irritated by it or that's stupid that they do that. No, that's business. That's to make unconscious slaves believe the words that are coming out of their mouth, even though it makes absolutely no mathematical sense. Oh, you can still save and retire while having debt. And that's not true. Where does it say in the laws of mathematics that you can do that? And I remember one I saw, because it intrigues me. I'm not watching their channel like, wow, I'm learning something. I'm watching them to say, wow, this is what you do to make slaves believe what you're saying. That shit's amazing. Okay, clear video. Your hair's always done. You're always dressed nice. Your kids are always dressed nice. You and your husband are always smiling and happy and playing in the yard, in the background. Just all the bullshit that they do on TV. That makes unconscious slaves believe whatever they're saying, it must be working. Look at the way they're living. No, that's just what they're showing you through the camera. You don't know what it looks like outside the studio. Jules says, just fact I would owe to time I haven't even created yet gives me exactly. Given, I mean, debt, man. When I think about when somebody tells me or shows me that they have $150,000, $100,000 in student loan debt, I get anxiety for them. LJ Kwame not there yet. He just in his prime, but if he links up with you, Ramil and somehow, okay, all right. If you have a department store card, it makes you feel obligated to attend every sales event. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for business, Hyphy. I totally get why they do that. It's almost when you're out of the debt matrix, that kind of shit is just irritating. You go, first of all, I go to Walmart, but I am upset that they make me check out my own shit now by choice. I mean, not by choice, because I went to this one store. There's only checkout. There's only self checkout. So now I'm working for Walmart. You know how much money they're saving by having us check out our own shit? It's crazy. I'll work for you, Walmart. But since you got the lowest prices, I guess I'm going to be here. Because when I think about Walmart got a store in every state, multiple stores. People like that, Walmart can say, LJ, shut the fuck up. You won't live long enough to do what we've done. Shut up. Dave says, people think having a wallet full of credit card means you have, I know, right? They sing it in songs. Now, when I'm in the store and get to the register and see a person with a lot of credit card, I think to myself, that person probably has of course they have a lot of debt, but they like to open their wallets to show all of the credit cards. But what unconscious slaves don't know, by showing us that many credit cards, it just tells me about your finances. You are in complete debt. Oh, I got this card. I got the metal card. I got this. I bet you do. No, those cards have you. Those cards in your wallet, those are hooks. Those are hooks in your wallet. And where you put your wallet? Right in your pocket. You don't leave anywhere without it. Those are hooks. Fishing hooks. What's up, Snuggles? It makes sense. You can retire while you are in debt, LJ, once you're going to do like the government and do not intend to pay back, just strong arm the person you borrow from. Oh, it makes sense. You can retire while, oh, they think you can, for sure. Slaves think retirement's an age. Retirement's not an age, slaves. What are you talking about? I try to help some of my family members to see that they are slaves financially. So far, no. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this hate to break it to you, the great 23ish. I hate to break it to you, but debt is the colorblind slave master. It has no feelings for anyone. It doesn't care if it's your brother, sister, mama, cousin, third cousin. It doesn't matter. You gotta watch your family members dig themselves into financial hell. And cross your fingers and hope they wake up. That's it. You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. You just got to watch them do it. It's hard to watch. It's horrible. I'm gonna give you guys, because I know a lot of you slaves have heard JOB, just above broke. All right. So I try to give you analogies to put in your head so you can know what that means, because you don't know what that means. I'm sure you've heard it, just above broke, blah, 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 but you don't know you think it has something to do with your salary or where you work or where you live or something like that. I know you think that, but it's not true. This is what I want you to picture. We're gonna make a picture of just over broke. Okay. Imagine you are in a one-person blow-up raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Okay. and the waters are rough and it's stormy, and you're in a one-person blow-up raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The raft represents your job. The ocean represents your debt. So you're floating. The only thing that's keeping you alive is this one person blow up raft that can get punctured at any time. If that raft gets punctured, guess what? You sink. The only thing that's keeping you above debt is your job. That's the true illustration definition of whatever you want to call it of just over broke. That's how you live. If you don't know how much debt you're in a one-person raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You understand? If you don't believe you'll ever pay off your student loan debt, that's where you're at. When a person loses their wallet, what the first thing they do? Call the credit card companies. They don't even think about cash drivers. Yeah, that's the first thing they do. They go straight to calling the credit card companies. Hey, I don't want nobody to charge on my credit cards. Man, it's crazy, man. That was me. When I think about that, Dave, that was me, man. That was me. Sure was. It was me. Slaves been thinking they're gonna get rich with Dogecoin. They quiet now. Sure is quiet. Quiet. If you guys want out of this, this is your chance. This is why I still do Q&A Sundays. This is the purpose, because there's many times that I just wanted to stop doing it. I had other SMD family members come out and say, "El, you just can't stop doing that. There's people out there that need it. They don't know they need it." So I keep it going, because I know there's people out there, because you guys tell me, the ones that don't even talk, you guys just follow me for years, and I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong, I do, because I know this is a huge step for, here comes SMD telling you to unlearn every financial thing that you have been taught since birth. Hey, release credit. That's not true. You don't need credit to buy anything. That's not true. What? You don't need a credit score? No, you don't need credit score. You don't need credit. If you don't need credit, you don't need a credit score, right? That's just one. Then how am I going to buy a car and a house and with money? What do you mean? How are you going to buy? That's the only way to buy anything. Did you know people with the people with the highest educations that went to the best college, they're usually the ones deepest in debt? People that are not college educated, the majority of you guys are closer to freedom than people that you believe you need to get to. Oh, I need to get to this level to be like them. No, you don't. They're in debt. They're just slaves. They're just highly educated, high paid slaves. Go to somebody that you believe that has money because they went to college or they drive a nice car. This is all I want you to do is ask them. Just ask, "Hey man, you still paying on your student loans?" They won't know why you're asking, because they believe that's a normal question. They won't be offended because they believe having student loans for going to college for 4 years, keeping your student loans for life is normal. They think that's normal. So they have no problem answering that question. If they answer yes, that means whatever you're seeing is a financial illusion. They don't know that though. They don't know they don't know they don't own a house with a mortgage. They don't know that. They don't know if they're making car payments. They don't own the car that they drive. People that buy Teslas, that finance them, they really believe that they're saving money on gas. They really believe that. It doesn't matter what the car is powered by, electricity or gas. You are the power, slaves. You guys, you're the power. Because if you guys didn't finance cars, car industries couldn't exist. Do you understand, slaves? You see them plugging up and going super fast and this and that. And you think, if you know somebody with a Tesla, this is what I want you to say. Are you financing that Tesla? They'd have no problem telling you, okay? Slaves don't have no problem telling you to finance a car. If they tell you yes, they're a slave driving an electric car. That's it. If they're bragging because they're driving by gas stations, that's what they believe. They're not driving by, I mean, yeah, they're physically driving by gas stations, but they think the gas station has something to do with it when it doesn't. It doesn't. Shout out to Drug Hours for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you. I'm 21 years old, and the amount of knowledge you have gave me from these videos, I can only thank you. Like the conversations I have now is different. See, man, when I hear a 21-year-old get this knowledge, and thank you for sharing that with me. First of all, thank you, because that ensures me that I'm going the right direction with this gift, because it is a gift. Young 21-year-old, you're going to financially kill it in this world. And the advantage that you will have, this is the advantage that you will have, okay? Since you're 21, all the unconscious slaves that are older than you won't believe that, they won't think you won't have, they won't think that you understand anything about money. So they won't pay attention to you. You'll basically be invisible because you don't know shit. You're 21. But what they don't know is that you're just using simple math. Don't finance anything. If you don't finance anything right now, you'll be a millionaire by default if you don't finance nothing. Go get a job, earn money, blah, 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 and never finance anything. You will be a millionaire by default with just having a regular job. And nobody will know how you're doing it, even if you told them, hey man, how are you? Well, how do you have so much money? How come you're so happy? Oh, I just use math on my finances. They will look at you. They'll look at you like with the glitch in the debt matrix. What do you mean? What's that mean? Congratulations. And this is why I put my Cash App up there. Okay. There have been many people that says this to me. Linnell, I've been following LJ. I've been following your videos. You've helped me so much. I didn't necessarily need your plan, but I feel like I have to give something to appreciate that. Right? There's my Cash App. You can do a super chat, just in case if you catch this video later, you can do that. Because that's how it works, man. When you feel like somebody changed your life, it's an automatic. I mean, I don't know how to explain that. I've done that several times. If I watch a video and I feel like somebody changed, I donate, because I'm going to take this knowledge that I didn't know through their videos and I'm apply it to my life. That's it. Elon Musk pulled the rug faster than expected on the ed of Doge on Doge and Bitcoin. Yeah, you know what? When I think about that, this is what I think. Okay, this is my conclusion. Okay, I think it's a smart move. So this is what I think. I don't believe, and this is just my opinion. Okay, I don't believe it's really pulling the rug out from under people. This is what I think. Come September, student loan payments will resume and unemployment is going to run out come September. And here we are in May. So if by Elon doing whatever he says, whatever, I don't really know, but whatever he did caused the coin to drop, right? Now slaves will take the opportunity to invest in Bitcoin while it's low, because they seen what it did. It went up to 50,000 or whatever, right? And now it's down to 30 something or whatever, right? That's almost $18,000 to $20,000. They think if they jump in now, 9 times out of 10, it's going to jump up there again, and then they're going to get paid. They lower it so more slaves can jump in, spend more money, and then it's going to raise back up. And then I believe they're going to wait till closer to September, and then they're going to really pull that rug out from under. And then slaves are going to be left holding the bag. No chairs left to sit in. None. Zero. Elon Musk been doing the switch move for years. He just got younger. He just got a younger crowd that didn't know his 10. Yeah, that's true. When I see Elon Musk and when I see what he's doing, the amazing things he's doing, his goal is to get to Mars. While your goal is to hope for student loan forgiveness programs, his goal is to get to Mars. If you're making student, if you are glad that student loan payments are on pause, whatever Elon Musk is doing is none of your business. Do you think Elon Musk is paying student loan debt? Now I know you're thinking, of course he's not. He's got billions of dollars. You guys all say the same thing. You guys all say the same thing. If I made billions of dollars, I wouldn't have student loan debt either. You think you have to make billions of dollars to pay off your student loan debt? That's a bigger problem. That's a bigger problem. If you're making car payments, don't worry about what Elon Musk is doing. Stop that. Who cares? That's none of your business. If you're behind on car payments and hiding your car, don't worry about the divorce of Bill and Melinda Gates. That's none of your business. None of your business. Don't worry about what they're doing. None of it. This is how they get you unconscious slaves. You guys don't even know how you guys are programmed. And when I say how you guys are programmed, oh, it's this big conspiracy. No, they're not doing anything. You're doing it to yourself. The system's not doing, the financial system's not doing anything to you. It's yourself. You want to know how they're programming you? This is all you got to do. Okay. I want you to see it. One day when you're watching TV, I want you to set up your phone and set your phone to record you watching TV. Now, most of you guys got old phones and then you got your regular phone. This is what I want you to do. Next time you're at home sitting on the couch and you're looking at your phone, I want you to set up your backup phone to record you looking at your phone. And just watch yourself. Just look to see what your eyes do and your facial expressions, and just watch yourself. That's how you're programmed. That's what it looks like to program unconscious slaves. Man, to sit there and watch yourself watch TV, it's like, whoa, what the hell? And what people don't realize, everything you're seeing on TV, those are actors. Those are actors living their best lives, entertaining you. You can easily get lost in a show when looking at reality shows. When reality shows are so far from who is reality. That's reality TV. According to who? The owners of the TV station. That's what they said. Reality TV. The owners of the TV station. That's their reality to you. It's just crazy. And you just watch it. And sometimes, check this out. Sometimes you can go, and the way I came up with this idea of recording yourself, I remember one time I was going through YouTube, and there's couples that watch reality TV shows. They record themselves watching reality TV shows so you can watch their response as they watch the TV show. But I started watching them differently. I started looking at the way each couple was watching the show. Just watch it. Just watch the way that people just stare at the TV. They're gone. Totally gone. Welcome, Top Shelf. Never underestimate the conditioning. I'm 6 months away from paying off my mortgage, and I still catch myself questioning, man, that's crazy. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on, man, you get a paid off house, man. Shit. Once I get a paid off house, you thought nobody could tell me shit. Damn, I get a paid off house, nobody gonna be able to tell me nothing. A paid off house, there is no better investment than a paid off house. There is none. Zero. Is that my phone? Sure is. Hold on for a second, you guys. My phone's ringing. 1 second. All right, I'm back. So if you guys have any questions, we're an hour into it right now. I'm gonna post this again. Now, if you want to be free, man, and I mean this, man, if you want to be free, first you got to realize, you got to accept that you're a slave, and you've probably been a slave all your life. And if you've been how to know if you've been a slave all your life, it's easy to do, but you just got to believe it. You log into your online credit report place you go to. You look at that big number and put a negative in front of it. That is your net worth. That large number is the money that you owe to people, to businesses. Look on your credit report. Those are your owners. A credit report is an owner's ledger. It's just a list of the businesses that own you, and they reward you with a credit score for staying in debt with them. You pay their money back on time, they give you a high credit score. That means you're a high valued slave. If you sort of kind of pay their money back on, you get a 700, which is a middle. You're just a middle value slave. And if you don't pay their money back on time, you get a low credit score. That means you're a low valued slave. You're still a slave. You're still a slave. You're just a slave with a good credit score, or you're a slave with a bad credit score. You're still a slave. Those are your owners. Those are the people that own you. You are the stock. You're the stock. Like, if you're in debt and you have a large negative number, and think about it this way. You log in, you see this large negative number, and all this time you've been investing in the stock market. Say like that. You've been investing. Oh man, I'm getting high returns. I'm doing this, and my money's quadrupling and compounding. All the big words that they use in the finance game, right? But then you got to look at this large negative number and say to yourself, if this is my net worth, how am I investing in the stock market? You're not, slave. You are the investment, investing for the banks. You have no money. You are the investment. You're borrowing their money to invest in the stock market. They can't lose. You go in the stock market with their money and you win, they win. If you go in the stock market and lose with their money, they still win because you still own them, slave. You guys got to stop embarrassing yourself financially. You know, you guys think retirement's an age. You think debt retires just because you retire? You think the mortgage, the bank holder that holds your mortgage, you think they care about you retiring? What about student loan debt? You think it cares if you retire? No. But put it this way: if you have student loan debt, by the time you retire, you're going to die a slave, because you'll never be able to pay that off. Because if you didn't pay off student loan debt with earning money, where you could you can work as many hours as you wish to pay off that debt, now your retirement is a set income. You're guaranteed to never pay it off now. You're going to die a slave. And if you're young, like this 21-year-old, let me tell you something. If you're young in your 20s, you'll never have to experience that. That will never be part of your life. You'll know there are no limits, that you can be anything you want to be. There is nothing. If you ain't, whatever your goal is, whatever your dreams are, if they don't scare you, they're not big enough. People think I'm crazy when I say to myself, I'm gonna be bigger than Dave Ramsey and Tony Robbins. Oh, LJ, you're crazy, man. They're so big. That's what you think. When somebody tells you, "Oh, you're crazy," they're only gonna be talking about themselves. It's crazy for them to think about that. E-Man says most people are capping when they brag about how much money they make in stock. I know I don't listen to any of that. I don't listen to none of that. If they're in student loan debt, they ain't making money off of nothing. Credit should be illegal, for Christ's sakes, or name. No, we need credit. Nah, let me make sure it's clear. I enjoy the system. I enjoy the system. I enjoy it because it's you choose to which side of the system you want to be on. If you trust it, the financial system's good for you. If you trust, excuse me, if you trust math, the financial system is in your favor. If you don't trust math, it's against you. It's really that simple. One thing to remember about investing is that if you have to sell the assets to get cash, what happens next in the long term? Just dropping this question out there for thought. Gabriel says, LJ, what has the pandemic taught you? It's not that to me, what it has taught me is that there are most definitely people in control. That's most definite, right? But that's a given, right? I mean, that's not a shocker. If somebody making billions of dollars, that means they obviously know something that you don't know. I mean, that's by default. Okay, that's by default, right? And I'm not talking about the scammers that make that kind of money, that's scamming people. I'm talking about the legitimate people that understand how it really works. You better believe people that think like myself, but they have also millions and trillions and billions of dollars to back it up. They obviously know something. And the rules, people think the rule, if you believe the same rules and laws apply to people that have billions of dollars and you're behind on student loan payments and you think it's the same, it's not. Come on, it's not. It's not. The rules are it's different because they have money. Yes, that's true. Yes. So instead of being mad, how come just figure out how to make money? If they aren't retired from their job, they're not making enough in their exactly. They're not. Herman says, I'm $200,000 in the hole. I can't start a business. No, you can't, Herman. First, what I want you to do, Herman, this is what I want you to make sure of. Okay. If you've never owned a business, the first thing you should do is first start with the business of you. If you add up all your savings, add up all your debt, savings minus debt equals how much money you have to start a business, the business of you. Savings minus debt equals the business. Is the business of you in business or not? That's called FCD, Herman. That's called FCD, financial cognitive dissonance. When you start talking like that, right? I'm gonna die anyway. Might as well get in debt. Okay. I mean, hey, thank you. The only thing I can say when you say stuff like that, Herman, I say thank you. Because as long as you think like that, I remain free. And any of my family members will remain free. That's and believe it or not, Herman, it's very important for you to think like that. That's important. Because unconscious slaves are the engine of the economy. Without you, there could be no economy. It could be no housing market. It could be no car lots. It couldn't credit card, MasterCard and Visa wouldn't exist. Tire shops, you name it. Without you, it couldn't exist. So saying that I'm gonna just die in debt, that means what you're really saying is that I'm okay with being a slave for the rest of my life. That's cool. Hey man, that's cool. I'm not bad at you, but you're just choosing it. And you just told me you just told me that you chose it. I'm gonna die anyway. Well, I might as well be in debt. You just chose it. And you just told everybody that you just chose it to be slaves, to be a slave. But don't feel bad, Herman. Millions of you guys do. Millions of you unconscious slaves say the same thing. You guys all do and say the same thing. Yet a program. You need to survive. Well, why instead of surviving, why don't you just try living? I'm not trying to survive. I just live. Only people in debt use words like that. I'm just trying to survive. Well, figure out how to live. The first thing you must do to live, you must first own yourself. According to the laws of mathematics, you cannot own anything outside of yourself if you don't own yourself first. If your student loans are older than your business, your so-called successful business, you're not successful. You're just a slave who owns a business. It doesn't even matter how much money your business is making. Because put it this way, if you're making, and I know a lot of you people are out there like this, I want you to understand, I want you guys to listen. If you're making so much money, how come you have 20-year-old student loans? That don't make any sense. Oh, and this is for you guys, for you unconscious slaves, to don't fall for somebody looking successful in their business. All you got to do is ask them this question. If they have a successful business, ask them, do they have student loans? If the answer is yes, that means their student loans are older than their business. So the businesses, they don't own the business. The bank owns the business. It's no different than a house. Slaves believe that they're homeowners with 30-year mortgages. They get loans for businesses and believe the business. You're not a business owner. What are you talking about? You needed money to start the business. Who gave you the money? The bank. The bank owns the business. You are the manager of their business. You're just paying them to run their business. Until they get every single penny back, you are working there to pay them back. You are responsible for their business, insurance, make sure everything's licensed right. They don't have to worry about the taxes. They don't have to worry about none of that stuff. That's on you, as long as you give them their money for helping you start that business. Can you imagine making all that money? They don't have to worry about the taxes on the building. They don't have to worry about filing this, that, and that. You guys do all that. All you got to do is make sure those payments keep coming, period. Maybe we should hang out so you can join debt with me. Misery. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you're just trolling. All right. All right. What shocked me more, LJ? Slaves wanting to go to work in a pandemic or still financing stuff. Yeah, well, they're still doing it now. They're definitely still doing it now. But again, they don't know. Slaves don't know what they're doing. They don't know. One second. I got to see if I got to get off here. All right, you guys, I'm about to wrap it up. Appreciate everybody for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, if you guys got some pull with Kwame Brown, send SMD name his way. I appreciate it. Sounds like a dude I wouldn't mind hooking up with to express some knowledge. If you guys come across any other finance channels that you guys do want me to review, let me know. We can get back to that. You guys used to love doing that, so I appreciate it. Again, there's my Cash App. Until next time. All right. Holler at you later. And if you guys put it this way too, don't forget to email. If you guys come across some channels that maybe some financial channels that do lives, shoot me an email and I'll check them out, see if I need to look at it. And maybe you got a question on a financial channel, maybe that you follow and you want to know if they're telling you the truth, the financial truth, just let me know. And I'll tell you, send me the link. I'll check it out. And then I'll let you know right away, probably within the first 5 minutes. I could just look at video titles and know that. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's going to keep falling so slaves can get in. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get in. Yeah, I appreciate that, Nicer. That'll be cool. I appreciate that. Colin says I'm 90K in the hole. Yep. There's my if you want a blueprint on how to get out of that problem, there's my website scrolling along the bottom. I will give you your financial blueprint, your personal finance blueprint, the exact path on how to get out from that hole. All right. Malik says he was talking about his mama's mortgage. Not sure what he's talking about there. All right. I don't know what you guys are. Okay. I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. Bye.